Thank you for joining me, AstroWX app users. We've got a couple systems that I've got my eye on. So let's go ahead and turn my monitor around. I've got the AstroWX.com app up, but you guys all use that. So here we go. This is the most recent GFS model. I'll run it through where our activity is coming from for Sunday night. The snow flurry showers that I have had a little bit of focus on. There was a piece of energy that's going to move down. It looked like a clipper system initially, but now it looks to be absorbed by this Gulf low pressure that will develop and move up the East Coast. How close that moves to western North Carolina remains to be seen. It's a little difficult for me to give you an exact forecast with this because the models are ever changing right now. The NAM model, actually, I'll run this through and I'll show you how different the models were. The NAM, a lot of these models are placing this low pressure way down here south in Florida, but the NAM model just brought in its low pressure right around Tampa, and that type of movement and volatility, and it had a similar solution to the GFS last run. So it's about to run again at 8:30 or 8:45. So I'll have my eye on that, and we'll give you another update tomorrow regarding this moving into Sunday. But I've got my eye on, you can see the precipitation developing here. It's showing some type of overrunning precipitation that could form with this and create a few snow showers into Monday morning around western North Carolina. That's not the front that I really have my eye on, but it could develop into something that gives Raleigh or the coast of North Carolina even a little dusting of snow. But watch what this model does with this Arctic front. As it extends down, we get what's called an antifront that develops. That's what the models are kind of hinting at. That allows, a lot of times with cold fronts, those cold fronts move in, they push up and push forward that air, and those cold fronts ride in over top, and it creates a system to where you get snow falling behind the cold front. I apologize. Anyways, this system will move through, and what does this do though? Does it become a Gulf low? Does it stay an Arctic front? There is some hints that this could develop and perform some cyclogenesis, and that could be some overrunning precipitation from that. Still not certain how this will actually unfold here. The models are struggling with the system as a whole through Sunday, so anything beyond that is just really difficult to take for just as a grain of salt. But like I've been preaching to you guys, they're really struggling with this strong cold air that's going to be dropping as the polar vortex fractures, and with some moisture moving in from the Gulf throughout the next 2 weeks, there's a likelihood of snow showers in the area for many days. There will be, I think, multiple events that we could see snow showers developing. So let's look at a couple of the other models. I'll show you. Here is what the most recent high-resolution NAM shows. So you can see all that moisture developing in the Gulf. How much of a push does it come north? So watch as this develops through Sunday. You can see really starting to get the low pressure coming up from the Gulf. It really just shoots up over the Florida or over Tampa and that pre-shield. And I'll show you what this is doing at 500 millibars. Because there's a lot of upper level interaction that's occurring and helping this crank back. And what happens is your trough almost goes negative tilt and allows that precipitation to get back into the cold portion of the storm. So you can see, western North Carolina is right here. We're frozen at this point in time and are right around freezing. And if this moves any farther north, some of this heavier precipitation could inundate the area, and that would be from that piece of Clipper energy. But it's associated. It's gotten that trough and enhanced itself and kind of almost phased with this system. I don't think it's a true phase. But so this is what the most recent NAM 3KM is showing. We'll show you what this is the long range, or the or it's a 12 km. It's the 12 kilometer gridded NAM. So you can see that low pressure moving lots a little bit different than what the GFS showed. GFS had a little bit farther out here, and then that precipitation shield getting farther in north. The 3KM NAM is a lot more bold with how far that precipitation gets in. So a lot to watch. Sometimes the 3KM NAM is a little bit bold that far out. It gets in its best range around 48 hours out. So I have my eye on it, and we'll watch with that Sunday system. But moving into the Sunday into Monday system, moving into the Tuesday into Wednesday system, you can see the NAM also having that antifront type development occur, and we could see that move in past Tuesday afternoon. So bear with me with that. We'll get a better idea moving into the weekend. I'll show you what the European model shows as well. Here you go. Most recent European model. This is what it shows around 3 p.m. on, let's see, it's Tuesday. Some frontogenesis occurring here. So lots of variables with this storm to take into account. And just know that I'm watching it closely, and once I get a better idea, we'll begin to talk totals. But, it could go anywhere from non-event to, 3 or 4 inches or more. So just bear with me. I hate to put totals out, much farther than 2 to 3 days. So check back. We're going to go over to Facebook Live. Appreciate you guys joining me in here. And check with me soon on Facebook. Thanks.